that we have our email, we have our hosting is set up, a domain name, it's now time to set up WordPress. There are quite a number of different ways that you can set up WordPress automatically. You can use YouTube to find those automatic setups using Softaculous or any other software that your cPanel account normally has. But this is manually, and I've got my own preference, and this is what I like doing. It's only, like I said before, it only takes me a difference of about 1 minute to set it up in this method, and I have full control of what I need, and I don't have any footprints for hackers to figure out what I've done with my website. So I like doing manually. And for you, it's actually a good thing, because the more you know about how to set up this website, the less technical help you'll ever need from anybody else out there. So let's go straight to the cPanel, what you had before. And like I told you, this is actually a real site that you're setting up. So our training doesn't do any fake stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I've gone to my cPanel, and what I want to do now is go to search for WordPress. Okay. WordPress.org, I think, and download the latest version of WordPress. So just go to WordPress.org and download the latest version, right? So once you're done with that, it says hooray, and I think I have to add this to the notes as that is going on. Now, once that is going on, what I'll need to do next is go into the file manager in cPanel. Okay, so you go to file manager, just click on file manager, and then upload that WordPress. Okay, so you just go to cPanel. The first thing you'll ever see there is file manager. Just click on that. It will take you to a different window, and then you go and click on when you find something called public_HTML. So public_HTML. So what you want to do is just click again on the public_HTML, and you'll find a directory that's empty, or probably have 1 or 2 folders depending on your hosting company. So that's the folder that you want to come and upload your WordPress website. So what I want to do now is as soon as this is done, I think it's already done, what I'll do now is click on upload. So the idea here is that I've downloaded WordPress from the software itself from WordPress, and I want to upload it now to my server. Okay, so that I'm able to use it. So what I'm going to do now is just click, once you're in file manager and you're in the folder called public_HTML, just click on upload, and then select the file that you just downloaded. Okay, so whatever it is that you downloaded it to, just go and select it, and that was the file. So I'll just click on that and then open, and I'm done. So this is going to continue uploading. So depending on your speed of your website, probably this is fast. Yeah, so that's quick enough. So once that's done, and you get a green, you'll normally get it will turn from blue to green for most hosting companies. Just go back to cPanel file manager and then reload that page. Okay. Once it's done, when it's actually complete, you'll see it turning green. So you can just hold on for that for a few seconds, or just go back to cPanel and reload that page. Oh, it's taking too long. Okay, cool. So now it's turned from blue to green, and we can just reload this, and you'll find your folder for WordPress on that website. If you now go to your website, you'll find that it looks like this is what now it now looks like. So you've got your folder there, and this is not the website that you really want to have. Okay, so let's move on to the next stage, and what you want to do here is just unzip this. So you just extract, click on that, click on it, and you'll find either extract at the top, or just right click and extract it. Okay, extract file. So once that's done, If you go back now to your website, this is what it looks like. So now your new folder has been created for WordPress, and that was the zip file that you uploaded, and you still don't have a website, correct? So now let's move on to the next step. Click on the WordPress folder, okay? As in, open up the WordPress folder. So if you click on it, it'll open up WordPress, okay? And then now what you want to do is select all. And then we want to move this folder, the files inside this folder, okay, to the main root folder, okay, to this particular, to the main website, okay? So what you want to do, how to do that is just select all, and then you want to move this. So right click and move this. Let me select all of them again. I think I made a mistake here. So you want to open your folder and then select all, and then move this, okay? So you'll move this to the public HTML folder. That's normally what you call the root folder when you're working on websites, okay? Public underscore HTML / that's normally the root folder. So you want to move this from the subfolder, which is WordPress, and move them to the main folder right there, okay? And then so move these files. So if we go again and up to the main folder, you'll find that now we have we've moved everything that was inside WordPress to the root folder, public HTML. And if I right click, refresh my domain name again, I'll find that now it is open up into this. It now looks like this, right? Now what this is that WordPress is now on the website, and now what I need to do now is set up the next stage. And the next stage is simple, right? So this is a setup config file, and now what I want to do now is just click continue. So the next stage is asking me for a database name, a username, a database password, a database host, and a table prefix, okay? So that's what it's asking me for. So what I need to do now is go back again to my cPanel. I've got a very bad mouse, so forgive me for that. So what I want to do now is still go back to my cPanel and look for something called databases. So I've got databases here, then I've got this link here that's going to database wizard. So this, follow me closely, and we'll have this step-by-step instructions again in this in your notes with you, okay? So click on database wizard, and then you'll have this thing saying create database. So please don't think about this stuff, just type in any words that you feel like there, or letters, okay? Don't go crazy here. Don't be, just type in any letters in there. The more random they are, the better, okay? So you create database, and then you come to the next page, and again it will tell you to create a user. So the first step was creating a database name, and the second part is now to create a user, database user, and a password for that user, okay? So again, I'll do the same thing here. I'll just do something that just letters that don't make any sense, okay? And then get a password. So generate a password using the button there. Don't write your own password here, please. If you want to be hacked, if you don't want to be hacked, just click on password generator. It will create a password. Copy that. Click on I've copied this password, and then paste that password in your Notepad++. So remember, in this course, we always want you guys to have a Notepad++. I think it's mandatory. Okay. So once you have that, just say you've got just create it, and then click on create user. Okay. And that's it. So what you want to do next is, you've got a database name and you've got a database user. You want to copy the database name and database user, and please copy this, because like I told you before, you'll not remember this stuff. So remember to be copying and pasting this stuff on your in your account. So what I want to do now is I want to link this user to this database, and to do that, for WordPress, you click on all privileges. So you give this database user all the privileges to use the database name called whatever it's called. Okay, so that's what you do. You just click on that and then click on all privileges. So make sure all of them are clicked, and then click on next step. And you're done. So it says username has been added to database etc, right? So now that you save this, please don't forget to save this stuff, right, in your Notepad++. And I'd prefer it if you have an Excel sheet to keep this stuff somewhere. Okay. Now I've got my WordPress, and I'll tell you. So see, this is where I am now with WordPress. I have got my database name, user, password, database host. So what I want to do now is go to and click on Let's Go. Now I'll come here and add my database name. So copy the database name and paste it right there. Then come back here. Oops, like I told you, my computer is really hanging sometimes, likes playing games with me. So next thing is I want to copy the database user, copy that and add it in the username. Okay. Then the password that I had created for the database is right there. So copy that and paste it in that section. Okay. Now what you need to do is just leave database host to localhost. Just leave that as it is for all hosting companies, unless your hosting company tells you otherwise. Just leave it at localhost. What I'd like you to change is this table prefix. Avoid using the default, which is WP underscore, right? Instead, just change this to any two or three letter other than WP. Okay. So I've just changed it to that. You don't have to cram this stuff. You'll not remember it later. What you want to do, what you're trying to do here is just set up the website. Okay. And then once you're done, so you've got a database name, user, password, and you've changed your table prefix to whichever letters and then underscore. You just click on submit, and it tells you you've made through the installation. And now you're ready to run the install. So everything now is all set. If anything goes wrong behind here, just go back and correct your database names, usernames, because usually that's the problem that you have. Okay. Then run the install, and you're done. So in our case, you're now ready. Actually, your site is now ready. What you need to do now is give a username and a password to this particular site, and I'll give a site title. Remember, most of this stuff you can change later, so I'll say this is a test. In fact, I'll just say yeah, I'll keep it like this, and then I'll change the username to something. So this is information that you can change at any time. And then you've got a password there, right? Please save your password. Again, all this stuff, save it. And I say the username was say final rights. Okay. And then your email. Please remember, when you're setting up the email, that's why you normally start with the emails first. Add an email for admin. All admin issues to do with that website go to the admin. And then I also decided to create another email specifically for the website, and I say that is going to be the info.thedomainname.com. So it's your choice how you want to do this. For me, I decided to use info, so I'm going to put it in there. In fact, okay, and that's it. So now what you do is just install your website. Okay, and you're done. It only took us like 5 minutes to do this. So it will lead me to this page here. WP login. Please save that, because that's going to be a login to your website somewhere. So you've got your, and then I can now log into your first website in WordPress. I hope I've saved this correctly. So I'll copy username and password. And by the way, you can always look at my passwords. I'll definitely change this. So when you do this stuff in public, please remember to save this stuff to change this later. So, and I'm done. So now I've got my WordPress. This is the original WordPress. It will look like this for every WordPress that's set up. That's what you have, and we'll discuss the various things in here in another lesson. But now you've got your website. If I go to my domain name, I've got your very first WordPress. It says hello world, and I'm all set. Now what I can do now is move on to the next stages of setting up the other pages that are necessary before I give this site to the developer, or I even change my theme. Okay, so now that I have that, we can move on to the next stage, which is choosing probably a theme if I want to. Okay, so since these are free sites, click on the section that you find in your dashboard, you find called appearance, and then themes. Click on that and just choose any design that you feel like. Remember, this is just your first site, so don't go too crazy. Yeah? I'm looking for a free theme somewhere here and I can't find them. So yeah, so I'll click here again on add new. So find anything that you like. All of these are usually free. Okay, so I'll probably say something, I don't know, it's your choice. You've got so much choice in here. I'll probably just stick to a simple one. I'll click on that and install and activate, and now my website looks just a bit different. Okay, so I actually prefer this theme. It looks better than the other one. So it's your choice, and all you need to do is just go to add new. There are hundreds of themes in here, so you can go to latest, popular, or whatever. There are hundreds of themes in here, and choose one that you like. Okay, Hello Element, I've never heard of this. Is Astra. In fact, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on add Astra. So click on install. I'm going to add Astra here and then activate it, because I'm going to use Astra to do quite a lot of coding in here. So now my site looks quite a bit different. Okay, so that's it. You now have your first website, and you can now start posting your stuff on this website. Now, if you've got, because this is just a basic setup section, don't overthink this. This is just for you to have your site here, and Google now knows that you exist on the internet. The design aspects can come later. We start usually with the SEO aspects first before we even start talking about designs. All right, so the next session we'll talk about creating legal pages. So once you've chosen your theme, the one that you feel like is nice for you, or you feel like your website should look like that in the future, just go straight into legal pages and then setting up analytics, search console, some SEO before you now go into designing your website or adding new content or new pages to your site. All right, so that's it for now, and see you in the next lesson.